Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to MP4 Love here on Blast Magazine. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Instead of responding to a question that a reader sent in, I'm responding to a comment that was left on my last MP4 Love about a short guy with dating troubles. And the reader wrote in with a comment that simply asked, how does one acquire confidence? Now, I'm assuming he meant in the context of confidence with women, because I talk about dating and relationships. And I really think it's an excellent question and one that I wanted to address here today. I've also asked JT Tran, who is a highly successful pickup artist with his company ABCs of Attraction. This guy's been featured in all sorts of media outlets. And he's going to offer his thoughts from the male perspective below and from the perspective of a successful pickup artist. So be sure to tune into his video below mine. As far as my thoughts, so obviously you have to practice in order to become more confident. I mean, that's just a given. Sometimes it even just takes a little bit of growing up. You know, the older you get, the more comfortable in your own skin you become. But let's get back to the practicing. Practicing is basically a sort of exposure therapy. And it's actually something that JT talks about in his video below and something that I wanted to mention as well. And I want to liken this exposure therapy to my fear of flying, which I had for about 10 years. For 10 years, I couldn't get on a plane. I missed out on so much. And the more I avoided it, the deeper the fear grew. And eventually, I said, I got to get past this, and I took a fear of flying course that exposed me to the flying process little by little, and ultimately, at the end of the course, had me and other students in this class flying to LaGuardia and back. And now since then, I forced myself to get on planes, and by doing it more and more, you become more confident in your ability to do it. And it's really the same thing with confidence. And JT will go into a little bit more detail about sort of pushing yourself to get out there, taking small steps, baby steps to talk to women, and no matter how shy or awkward you may feel about it at first, the more you get out there and do it, the more comfortable you become. So definitely tune in to listen to what he has to say and listen to what his techniques are. But I want to address something else here, and this is really important. So listen up. Confidence is based on a belief that you have about yourself. Now, maybe this belief was formed years ago when you tried to interact with a woman and she ignored you or rejected you. Okay, happens to everyone, right? Now, what you might have done is attached a meaning to that event. So that meaning could have been, she hates me, or women in general don't like me, or I'm not important. And from that meaning, you formed a belief about yourself. And now that belief might have been, well, I'm just not confident around women. I'm not good with women. And then the more you thought that, the more that became your belief, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that you're never good around women because that's what you believe around yourself. So here's the thing. There was no meaning to that event, okay? When that woman rejected you or ignored you or whatever, there was no meaning. Events don't have meaning. People assign meanings to things. You assigned the meaning. You formed the belief about yourself. So maybe she did ignore you, or maybe she rejected you, or didn't like you for whatever reason. But that doesn't mean that she was doing it because you're ugly, or you're not good enough, or you're not important. It could have been a truth, but it's not the truth, and it's not the truth about you. And you know what? Not everyone's gonna like you, and that's just the basic fact of life. But if you can start to understand that events don't have any meaning other than the one that you attach to it, okay? I think you're going to have an easier time overcoming your fear of approaching women, talking to women, or just being around women. And I think that process, think about it a little bit and analyze sort of your past. Think about events that you've attached a meaning to and then formed beliefs from, and then those beliefs have become self-fulfilling prophecies in your life. Think about that process coupled with the techniques that people like JT and other pickup artists teach. And I think that can really help you gain confidence and become the self-assured man that women really want to be with. All right, Blast Readers, what do you think? Offer your comments in the feedback section below. And if you have your own dating or relationship questions, feel free to send them to me at neely@blastmagazine.com. Until next time.